The New York Trilogy, authored by the prominent American writer Paul Auster and first published in 1987, comprises 3 intricately linked and experimental detective narratives. Originally released as separate novellas, these works, namely City of Glass, 1985, Ghosts, 1986, and The Locked Room, 1986, collectively redefine the detective novel through a postmodern lens. This reimagining intertwines mystery with metafiction, delving into the profound themes of literature, language, and identity. A noteworthy adaptation emerged when City of Glass was transformed into a graphic novel in 2004 by Paul Auster and David Mazzucchelli, titled City of Glass, a graphic mystery. Furthermore, the trilogy inspired theatrical adaptations by Edward Einhorn in 2016 and Duncan Macmillan in 2017. Paul Auster, a highly acclaimed American author, ranks among the foremost literary figures of the postmodern era. His works are celebrated for their intricate exploration of themes revolving around the quest for identity and personal meaning. Auster is also a member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters, with his writings translated into over 30 languages. His literary achievements include prestigious accolades such as the Prince of Asturias Prize for Literature and the Independent Spirit Award for Screenwriting. The trilogy's narrative unfolds through 3 unconventional mysteries, all set within the vibrant backdrop of New York City. As the stories progress, it becomes increasingly evident that they are intricately connected. The narrator, in a compelling twist, ultimately reveals himself as the author of the very book we read. In City of Glass, we follow the character Daniel Quinn, a novelist specializing in detective tales, who grapples with the loss of his wife and son. His life takes an unexpected turn when he receives a late-night call from a man named Peter Stillman, who mistakenly believes Quinn to be a private detective named Paul Auster. Stillman urgently requests Quinn's assistance. Intrigued by the enigmatic situation and seeking connection, Quinn decides to assume the role of Paul Auster. His mission, to protect Peter Stillman, who fears his father, Stillman Sr., just released from a psychiatric hospital, intends to murder him. The backdrop of Peter's traumatic childhood, confined to a room for years, adds complexity to the narrative. As Quinn delves deeper into the case, he discovers Stillman Sr.'s work, focused on New World interpretations and language. Quinn closely observes Stillman Sr.'s movements, making meticulous notes in a red notebook. But despite tracking Stillman Sr.'s every move, his intentions remain elusive. When Stillman Sr. mysteriously disappears from his hotel, Quinn reaches out to the real detective, Paul Auster, albeit discovering that Auster is not a detective but another writer. Quinn's obsession intensifies as Stillman Sr. remains elusive, to the point where he loses touch with his own identity and reality. Eventually, Auster informs Quinn that Stillman died by suicide months earlier, leaving Quinn bewildered and adrift. In Ghosts, the narrative shifts to Blue, a detective working at Brown's office. He is hired by a man named White to surveil another individual named Black. Blue's observations are sent to White regularly, who remains elusive. Over time, the inertia of this surveillance leads Blue into an identity crisis. He begins to concoct stories about the case when faced with a lack of clues. Suspicions arise that Black and White may be one and the same. Blue's determination to comprehend the situation leads him to break into Black's apartment, sparking a confrontation between the two. The story concludes with Blue reading Black's book and departing his room. The Locked Room introduces a first-person narrator, an article writer, who assumes the identity of his vanished childhood friend, Fanshawe. In his pursuit of Fanshawe, the narrator encounters Sophie, Fanshawe's wife, and their infant son, Ben. Sophie discloses Fanshawe's desire for the narrator to determine the worthiness of his unpublished manuscripts. Their relationship develops, and Fanshawe's work garners unexpected success. However, Fanshawe resurfaces through a letter, warning the narrator never to seek him out. Despite the narrator's marriage to Sophie, his curiosity drives him to search for Fanshawe, leading to a prolonged and unsettling quest. When they finally meet, Fanshawe remains locked in a room, providing the narrator with a red notebook that supposedly contains all the answers. Yet, as the narrator reads the notebook, he remains unsatisfied and lacking closure. At a train station, he discards the notebook's pages, conveying the sense that the story remains unfinished and unresolved. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.